Today I'm going to help you calm down your heartburn both in the short term and the long term, so stay tuned. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Amanda Malacheski. I'm a functional nutrition coach and a digestive and allergy detective. I help you figure out what's causing your digestive problems and help you resolve them at the roots. So if you'd like to hear more about this regularly, please consider subscribing and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. Lots of people have heartburn and reflux and it's super uncomfortable. So today I'm going to share my favorite relief tips to help resolve your heartburn both in the short term and the long term. Using these tips, you'll be able to stop your heartburn in its tracks and also create a longer term strategy to prevent heartburn before it even starts. Using these tips, my client Andrea resolved some long-term heartburn and my client Erica resolved some shorter-term heartburn. It's pretty easy, really. So let's get started. All right, let's get straight to the point of stopping heartburn in its tracks the moment it's happening. So the reason heartburn happens is because the little muscle sphincter that holds your stomach closed at the top where it connects to the esophagus opens a little bit when it shouldn't and lets a little bit of that acidic stomach contents into your esophagus and it burns the tissues. So the very first thing you want to do to resolve that symptom, that heart-burning pain that you get with heartburn, is to drink a little bit of baking soda, maybe a quarter to a half a teaspoon in a glass of water, and just drink it down. And that helps neutralize the acid that is causing the burning sensation and provides immediate relief. But this isn't a great long-term heartburn solution because this actually lowers the acidity of your stomach. And for lots and lots of reasons, we actually want your stomach to be quite acidic to properly digest foods and to keep those muscle sphincters working properly. The traditional heartburn treatment is to use acid-lowering medications like Zantac or Prilosec, and these aren't great in the long term because we need that stomach acid to absorb nutrients, to protect us against infections, and to keep those sphincters working properly. So instead, persistent heartburn is actually often a symptom of low stomach acid because low stomach acid is what allows that muscle at the top of the stomach to open more easily. So to support your stomach acid, I'd like you to try including a little bit of apple cider vinegar or lemon juice in a little bit of water, just a couple ounces, 15 minutes or so before a meal. Or you can use betaine hydrochloride capsules before meals as well. These techniques really work a lot of wonders for digestive problems, and I usually recommend them to almost all of my clients, and I see pretty good results with this. If you want to hear more about this, you can check out my earlier video, How to Increase Stomach Acid for Digestive Health. Next, you're going to want to identify any food triggers that are contributing and remove them. Some common heartburn food triggers are ice cold drinks, chocolate, citrus foods, onions, tomatoes, peppermint can be one, and caffeine and sugar. And also alcohol. I found that people who drink a lot of alcohol tend to have more heartburn. So if you need a little extra support with this, you can check out my video called How to Use a Food Symptom Diary for IBS. That'll walk you through the process to use a food diary to help identify what your triggers are. Next, there are some lifestyle practices that can help reduce heartburn. So I'm going to talk about some of those now. So the first one is to avoid eating late at night. I think that our stomach acid maybe naturally decreases in the evening into the later nights. So that would be why. And additionally, if you struggle with nighttime heartburn while you're sleeping or reflux, you can actually prop your bed up on blocks or bricks to elevate the head end of your bed so that you're at an angle, or you could use a wedge-shaped pillow or just stack up pillows behind yourself so that you're sleeping slightly upright. This may help prevent reflux and heartburn from happening. The next lifestyle tip I'd like to share is to avoid drinking a lot of liquids with your meals because this dilutes the stomach acid that you're already producing. So a good rule of thumb is to avoid drinking a huge amount of liquid within a half an hour before or for 1 hour after your meals. The exception to this is those couple ounces of water I suggested you drink with your apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. It's always a great idea to chew your food really thoroughly and take your time with that step. And it also may help to avoid eating right before exercising. And finally, don't forget your stress relief practices, whatever those are. We want to always be encouraging our bodies to be digesting in a relaxed state. So if you meditate or just take a walk or exercise or whatever it is you like to do that calms your body and your brain down, that's a great practice to incorporate into your heartburn strategy. A few additional relief care options that can help calm down the burning sensation in your stomach if it's already irritated are things like aloe juice, which you can find at your health food store very easily. Slippery elm or marshmallow root prepared in a tea can help. Or deglycyrrhizinated licorice, or DGL for short. Those are usually chewables that you can eat that help with your stomach pain or bloating or heartburn. And also probiotics are a good strategy for gut health in general, just to make sure that that environment is looking good. If you try all these techniques and you still find that you're having heartburn, it might be time to start considering the fact that you might have some kind of infection. A really common one with heartburn and stomach issues is an H. pylori infection, which is a bacteria that can live in the stomach, but it could also be triggered by other kinds of digestive infections. So you might want to consider gut testing. If you want a little bit more information about that, I go into this in a lot more detail in my video called Gut Microbiome Testing for IBS, so you can go check that out. I'm curious to hear what you do to manage your heartburn, so leave me a comment below telling me how you manage yours, or let me know if I missed something that you use that's been really successful. So I hope you've been able to get your heartburn symptoms under control right away, and that you've also been able to see how you might create a strategy for the long term to resolve your heartburn once and for all. And when you're ready to think more about how to resolve your heartburn or other digestive issues at their roots, I really want to invite you to grab your free copy of the Roadmap to Gut Recovery. It's a simple self-starting guide that gives you the whole picture of how I help people walk through the process of repairing their gut health. You can find that by visiting confluencenutrition.com/roadmap, and I will also leave a link for that below this video. And if you've already done a bit or even a lot of this work and you're really struggling with the specifics and haven't been able to figure out where to go next, I'd love to meet with you for a free 30-minute assessment session. I can help you strategize and come up with your next best steps, and we can talk more about what it would look like for us to work together. You can schedule that free assessment session by visiting confluencenutrition.com/contact, and I will also leave a link for that below this video. I hope these tips help you feel better. Be sure and leave me a comment below if you have something to add, and also feel free to ask me a question that you'd like me to answer in a future video. I would very much like to do that for you, and I will see you next time.